Hello guys, today we will learn a famous poem, A Song for Ekalabya by Adil Jaswala. He has drawn this unheard story from our Indian mythology. It's a popular story of the young boy Ekalabya. Here in the first stanza, first line itself shows dehumanized. This sad song is somehow relevant to modern Indians, unprivileged, Dalits, tribals, and minorities. Friends, Adil Jahangir Jaswala is the full name of Adil Jaswala. He is an Indian poet born the 8th April born on 8th April 1940 in Mumbai. His famous books of poetry are Land's End and Missing Person, The Right King of the Dogent. Before starting that poem, I would like to give the full story of Ekalabya. I want to introduce who was Ekalabya. Friends, Ekalabya was too much loyal to his guru Dronacharya. He belonged to a tribal family. The gurus in the royal palace used to teach archery to the princess those days or in past days. Guru Dronacharya had taught the skill of archery to shoot. Arjuna was very good at archery. Who was Arjuna? Arjuna is one of Pandava. None should excel Arjuna in archery in this world. Dronacharya had promised. Who is Dronacharya? Dronacharya is their or Pandava's guru, teacher. Dronacharya had promised that I will train and teach Arjuna in such a way that no one can be excel him. But Ekalabya was a tribal boy. Tribal boy means they used to live in forest. And he was not a Khetri also. And not belong to any kingship or any royal family. But his ambition was to learn archery to save forest deers from lions. One day he went to Guru Dronacharya. He humbly asked to teach him archery, but Guru drove him out with shame and said he can only teach the princess, those who belong to a royal family. But he didn't give up his ambition. Here, Ekalabya didn't give up his ambition. He made a statue of Dronacharya, and in front of this statue, he started practicing archery. Friends, we know without a teacher, learning is nothing. So here, he didn't give up his ambition. He just made a clay image of Guru Dronacharya and worshipped him as his teacher. And he practiced his archery. One day, Dronacharya saw him and he could see a perfect archer in him. That means Ekalabya became the master of archery. He asked Ekalabya about his guru. And here Ekalabya showed him his statue and said that the day you refused me to teach, that day itself I made this statue and worshipped as my guru and started practicing as a loyal student. Dronacharya said, if you have accepted me as your guru, then you have to pay Guru Dakshina. Whatever I will ask you, you have to give me. Why did he ask that? Because once Guru Dronacharya had promised that I will teach Arjuna in such a way no one can excel him in this world. Here, when he saw Ekalavya became the master of archery and can excel Arjuna, he wanted his Guru Dakshina. What did he ask in Guru Dakshina? Let's see. Dronacharya said, if you have accepted me as your Guru, then you have to pay whatever I will ask. Then Ekalavya said, I am ready to resign you everything. I am ready to give you everything you want. Then Guru said that he had promised the prince Arjuna will be the best archer in this world. But now I feel that you excelled Arjuna. I have to keep my promise. So you give your right thumb. So that in future you can't shoot an archer in your whole life without thinking twice. He just severed his thumb. He cut off his thumb and resigned to Guru. Friends, he was Ekalavya, a loyal student. Let's come to the first stanza. Here writer says, first stanza says, Ekalavya must cut off his thumb, the boar step aside for the lion, for the others Arjuna, the royal Arjun, for the sake of his family, there must be humility, for the sake of our welfare. Deceit, servility, Ekalavya must cut off his thumb. Friends, here writer says the reason why Ekalavya must cut off his thumb. In this stanza, writer compares Arjuna as the lion because he belonged to the kingship, a royal family. He belongs to the royal family who was the princess, and boar is Ekalavya who belonged to lower caste. He says just because Ekalavya excels Arjuna in archery and being a lower caste boy, he could not hold the tag of best archer title. As Guru had promised, no one can excel Arjuna in this world. For the sake of royal family, for the welfare of the princess, Guru deceived the servility of Ekalavya. For this, Ekalavya must cut off his thumb. Second stanza. Ekalavya must cut off his thumb. The stag let a lion pass 8 years alone to low down for Drona, still called him Guru, made a clay image called that his Guru. Ekalavya must cut off his thumb. In the second stanza, he says Ekalavya must cut off his thumb to let Arjun, the princess, to pass in the exam. He must cut off his thumb to not let Guru Dronacharya to be humiliated, who once rejected him to teach archery because he was a tribal boy, not belong to any royal family. Though Guru Dronacharya, Ekalavya had not learnt anything and Guru had not taught him anything. He learnt by himself. Still, he must cut off his thumb for the sake of Guru, because here he had made the clay image of Guru Dronacharya and worshipped him as a Guru and practiced his archery. Guru says, if you have accepted me as your Guru, then pay the Guru Dakshina. For that only you have to cut off your thumb to pay the Guru Dakshina. Yet he must cut off his thumb, split a leaf at 20 paces. Drona went ascend. Drona got cramps, saw a leopard, outleap a distance. No outcast should master, however, his pupil. At once you love me, Eklavya cut off his thumb. The next stanza, the third stanza, he says he must cut off his thumb because Dronacharya got furious, outraged like a leopard. When he saw a outcast boy became the master of archery. Guru became pale in anger because a lower caste boy should not be mastered. So Eklavya must cut off his thumb. Eklavya must sacrificed. Fourth stanza. Eklavya has cut off his thumb. Now you can hear him cry in the jungle. The deer stand startled, who fled at his step. Our kitchens are empty, fasting or starving. The same to us. It's Eklavya who is cut off his thumb. At last Eklavya cut off his thumb and paid to Guru as his Guru Dakshina. Now the innocent boy had no other way rather to pay his Guru Dakshina. He was crying in the jungle in thinking that now he cannot save the innocent deer from lion in the jungle, in the forest. At last he says like this. At last writer says like this, now we are suffering with the outcast, lower castes are suffering a lot. Like Eklavya, nowadays also outcast and lower castes are suffering. That's all. Thank you.